So, welcome to this Wisdom Wednesday episode number 100. Wow, it was a long road to get here. What we're going to talk about today is recognizing how you make the decisions of what you want. And then, if you're really choosing the behavior that manifests what you want or not. Are we getting what we want or what we don't really want? Let's get into it soon, but first let's remember to live in harmony with the infinite wisdom that dreamed you into being. So most of you know that that's the basis for pretty much everything I do. And if you don't know me, my name is Carrie Fox, and one of my main missions in life is to be a constant reminder of your infinite wisdom connection. And that guidance is always, always, always there for you. And also that I do these Wednesday quickies because you're thriving. That's my passion. So today we're going to discuss how you might think that you're making decisions and choices so that you are working towards getting what you want versus how you are actually making choices and therefore maybe creating what you don't want. So this quote is from, let me change my screen here a little bit. There we go. This quote is from Thomas Sowell, and it gives us a peek into the dichotomy that we tend to fall into the illusion that things just happen to us, that things just happen to people, instead of really understanding how we make the choices conscientiously or unconsciously that result in our co-creating the world that we exist in. And through the ages, there's been a myriad of philosophers who have addressed this subject for us. This is what Socrates told us, that we can choose where we place our focus, and that to move or change the world, we must first move or change ourselves, because we are the creators of our experience. So Aristotle told us we are what we choose to repeatedly do. And Oscar Wilde said, experience is the hardest kind of teacher because we get the test first and then the lesson afterwards. So in other words, we see or experience the results of our choices, and then we can choose to learn from them or not. Einstein said, everything is energy. And basically, that it is how we choose to emit that energy that creates the reality that we experience. And that's the way it is. Lao Tzu said, time is a sacred thing. To say I don't have time is to say I don't want to. And we often make that choice and use that excuse, not thinking about what we are actually depriving ourselves of, or that we are actually cheating ourselves by choosing not to create. So everything in your life is a reflection of the choices that you have made. I hope that's kind of clear by this point in the game. And to understand that different choices will therefore create different results, and that you are free to choose, and of course will then experience the consequences of your choices. So, you know what? Your life really is up to you. To make sure your choices reflect your hopes and not your fears, think about this for one moment. If you step back and you look at your life, and even at the lives of the people around you, and at maybe the world in general, you begin to see how often we humans choose by fear, by emitting the energy of fear, and then the awareness that we can try our best to make the right decisions and to always learn from the wrong ones. It's called wisdom. The wisdom we develop by being able to truly look at how we are choosing. So we also can look at how we are creating our lives, and simultaneously that we can change the world if we care enough. Now, Gandhi told us that we should be the change you wish to see in the world. Be means emitting the vibrations that can change your life and change the world. So the question is, how do we do that? Well, it's all about energy. I know you've heard me say it. You've probably heard hundreds of people say, we are energy. Everything is energy. We have a life force within us that we emit energy because of. And energy flows from us every single moment of every single day and every night. And we actually are in control of the kind of energy that we're emitting. That's basically the bottom line of today's presentation, that we adjust the energy we are emitting by how we as a human being are feeling. Take a moment here to look at each one of these frames, and let's see if you can sense, if you can almost feel the energy that she is emitting in each moment. Top left, can you sense and feel her excitement? And you're not even in the room with her. Top middle, can you feel or sense her fear or trepidation? Top right, can you feel her concern or worry? This set of images is a great example of understanding how what you are feeling emits energy, and your energy flows where your attention and focus goes. So now, why is this important? The energy you are emitting, in a way, is magnetic. And that energy to create is sent out into the universe, asking the power of the universe to help us and to co-create more of the vibration that we are sending out. I like to simplify this process by suggesting that you are ordering what you want more of by the energy you are emitting. You can choose, you can decide today to recalibrate your energy and therefore commit to feeling and emitting energies of love and joy instead of fear and resistance and disruption. Quite simply, feeling good will bring you not only what you are telling the universe that you want more of, but even more of that, more than whatever it is that you thought you needed or wanted. Now, this is a quote from Helen Keller. All the world is full of suffering. And as an aside, you can choose to fall in line with that. Or you can choose to align with the energy of overcoming, choosing other than all that pain and suffering. You can overcome and choose joy over suffering. You can choose to do what feels good, therefore attracting more of what feels good. Give your undivided attention to feeling good. Listen, you can choose to direct your focus and your feelings on thriving, and that creates more of what you want. Because, you know what? Time is going to pass anyway. And you can either spend it creating the life that you want or spend it living the life that you don't want. So let's sum this up with some action points here. What you can do about deliberately creating and deliberately choosing what you really want, instead of defaulting into focusing on what is wrong with your life, what is wrong with the world, what is wrong with the other guys. And therefore, by default, you're creating that. So it all starts with your becoming more conscious of your feelings several times a day. This is step one. Become more aware of your feelings, often and deliberately. Now, I suggest how easy it is to set up an app on your phone to vibrate or ding every hour or two, just to remind you to check in on what you're feeling at any particular moment. Easy? Easy peasy. Step number two then is learning how to control your feelings, that you can deliberately change or alter your feelings. Now, this is one of the places that I get a lot of resistance from when I have new clients. So many have been taught or have fallen into the belief that you cannot control what you are feeling. But the truth is, this is one of the easiest things for us to do. As 3D human beings incarnate on Earth, you can control your feelings because you have a depth to you that is far beyond just being a human being. Remember the adage that you are not a human being that occasionally has spiritual moments. Instead, you are a spiritual being presently having a earth experience. Now, if you think about it, that's really powerful stuff. That you can deliberately change or alter your feelings is what I'm saying here. So in my way of trying to keep things very simple, I'd like you to pause for a moment right now. And I'd like you to exhale by drawing your abdomen in, pulling it back towards your spine. In effect, you want to exhale by pushing the air up and out of your lungs. And do that again while I'm talking here. And then on your inhale, you're just going to let the inhale be the natural response of relaxing your abdominal muscles. You exhale to push the air out for your exhale, and then as you relax, your lungs will automatically go into inhale mode. So now I want you to just keep doing that while you are taking a moment to check in on what you are feeling. How does your body feel at this particular moment in time? Keep breathing. Notice if you feel any tension or stress or pain anywhere in your body. You may want to wiggle around a little bit, just to loosen things up a little bit. And just notice what you are feeling right now. What are you being right now at this moment in time? And allow yourself to consider what energy are you emitting right now at this time. So now let's change that to create a different and deliberate feeling, a feeling of higher vibration that you might have been in just a moment ago, like a vibration of joy. That's without a doubt the epitome of which everybody I've ever taught and myself goes to when we want to raise our vibrations. And it only takes a nanosecond. You just need to search your memory for some time in your history of this life when you were so amazingly joyful and laughing and playing. Find that memory and see what you were doing. And remember how wonderful that felt. All those fun and wonderful feelings. And also notice that while you are remembering this memory, that those feelings are starting to become a part of you right now. They're seeping into your body. Keep thinking about that joyful, loving, playful, happy memory that you're thinking about. And feel the cells of your body joining in the joy. Feel how your system feels, how your body feels, how your cells feel. Feel that you're starting to shine because you have deliberately chosen to change your feelings to that of joy and playfulness. Now, right now, appreciate what you are feeling just now. And notice how appreciation and gratitude can make you shine even brighter. It's a simple and wonderful phenomenon. So to review this a little bit, that's step number 1. Check in on what you are feeling and how you are vibrating several times a day. Step 2, if you notice what you are feeling is a lower or darker vibration, you can choose to deliberately change the feeling you are feeling to a higher vibration. Step 1, step 2, easy peasy. And if nothing else, you now know and can recognize that if you decide to not do this simple sequence, you are creating anyway. You are creating more of what you are unconsciously or undeliberately, if that's a word, feeling. And to recognize it is not life happening to you, that you are creating with that energy that you are emanating, that you are requesting more of the same. Now, this week's episode has some really special information for you. Now, most people would agree that the year 2020 has basically sucked. I heard somebody say that it's been a year of societal reset. Astrologically speaking, it can also be seen as the beginning of the Great Transformation. This has been foretold for decades, actually centuries. Humanity has been experiencing a great upheaval, a recognizing that we've been creating more fear than joy, and that humanity's spiritual side has been trying to tell us that this is not what you came here for. We all came here for a grand adventure, and we seem to have fallen into a pit of fear and despair. But during the whole last year, actually longer than that, but let's just take the last year or 2 or 3, our planet and our planetary system has been slowly arranging a very great awakening, the opening of a portal to the age of Aquarius. We are in the last 3 to 4 shifts right now this month. More opportunities around the energy of love and light on the planet are available for us to further stabilize this timeline that will lead into a long-awaited age of Aquarius. This is the moment when the energies of the age of Aquarius will finally begin flowing in. Now, December 21st, there's going to be a conjunction with Jupiter and Saturn that last occurred, catch this, in 1404. And on that same day, December 21st this year, it is this planet's northern hemisphere's winter solstice. And I'm going to talk more about that in just a moment. So first, things have been lining up one thing after another all year, actually for several years, but this year is the culmination. So it's this after this, after this, after this. And what that means for each of us is that some very special and amazing events are happening on our Earth and in the universe. And right now, in the metaphysical realm, we can look how humanity has changed in the last 10 years or so. Can you recognize how confrontational we've become? Less personal. We spend less time in nature, less time with our families, and more time chasing the almighty dollar, and have found that greed has replaced compassion. So I don't even pretend to be an astrologer, but I recognize the scientific aspects of astrology because even way back in my childhood, I was noticing the similarities between what the horoscope said in our local paper and how people that were in my family were behaving and how those aligned with each other's. So I've spent the last 7 decades observing and learning and developing my knowledge about the power and the energy of planetary influences on this planet and on humanity. So this month, December 2020, is really, really special. Excuse me. There are 1 million people worldwide. People, reports, articles, videos, all about what's happening this year, and especially right now in December. So here's a quick 2-minute synopsis that I made for you, and then I'm going to make a couple more quick points. So let's see if I can make this play. Oh, well, don't click it again. It shuts it off. Well, I want to make that full screen for you, so I'm just going to do that. So now you can believe or disbelieve the science of astrology or the science of your own life force and energy influencing what you experience in your life. But listen, for everybody, why not take advantage of how you can use these events to not only improve your own life, but to being a part of bringing mankind back into love and joy instead of hate and fear? We are, all of us right now on this December 2nd, we are in the waning days of a full moon that happened. And by the way, it was also an eclipse. So it's a full moon lunar eclipse, happened Monday, 2 days ago on November 30th. Now, full moons are a very exciting time anytime that we have a full moon, because it is a culmination or a celebration of whatever we have created in the previous 2 weeks. So we are still in the celebrational aura of that full moon from 2 days ago, and still will be for a few days. So you can still use it. In fact, for the next week or so, you can look at your life and look at what you've accomplished, what you've done better. Think about what you want to do even better than that, or about any adjustments that you want to make in your life. This time is supporting us all to release and let go of anything that is not in alignment with our higher self and our future. We can break up old patterns that have kept us stuck in the old ways. And as we release and surrender and let go, this then allows new and bigger opportunities to come through. Now, a great question to ask yourself over the next few days is, what is it that the universe wants me to think about? What is it that the universe is trying to show me that I can change? Sit and let the universe communicate with you. The more you can release, the more opportunities can be birthed through you now. And then we have, on December 14th, a new moon, which is again an eclipse. This is a new moon total solar eclipse. And it's the perfect time for setting your intentions and your dreams and your wishes for not only what you're going to create in the next 2 weeks, because then 2 weeks later is the next full moon and it's time to celebrate again. But you can be really investing these 2 weeks in looking farther into your future. What do you want to create in your life? Who do you want to be? Where can you find the most joy and be most in alignment with the reason that you came here? So that, again, is talking about the new moon on December 14th. And then on December 21st is the Great Conjunction. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius, a new age for humankind. And whether you want to believe this or not, I offer you to just stay focused on the concept of and the importance of energy, and to open yourself up to your own personal what ifs. This awakening doesn't happen in just 1 day or 5 days or 30 days. This is a realigning of our galaxy. So why not? Why wouldn't anybody take advantage of this? Use this energy to co-create and be in control of your own personal life, to align yourself with being a part of the awakening of mankind. Millions of spiritually aware people all over the world have been preparing themselves to be a part of this. There's been global meditations to get in alignment with who we believe that we as a people want and how we can change the way we have been behaving in the world and the way people have been behaving so badly towards one another and towards our planet. Think of this as a time of cleansing, of letting go of the things in your life that you struggle with, things that break your heart, like a blanket of love being thrown over you, being thrown over our world that can only warm, or cuddle and take care of the people that have emptied themselves out. We'll not only get help, but we'll be the first in refilling the hope and the joy and the freedom and the love, the refilling of ourselves, the refilling of the people around us, the refilling of our life, our nature, and our world. Why not get yourself open to receive? This is a birthing portal into the new earth template, where a huge infusion of light and love and higher frequencies are going to come streaming through. The age of Aquarius, excuse me, where we are no longer together. We are stronger together than we are alone. This is the time of the agreement and of humanity's transformation. So humanity can exist in joy and playfulness and compassion. Okay, so this is the bottom line. And the bottom line is that we looked at a two-step process that you can use to be more deliberate in your creating what you do want instead of creating by default. Step 1, recognize your energy output in any particular moment several times a day. Step 2, to change or adjust that energy as necessary and to be in alignment with what you do want and create for this planet, just change the way you are feeling. And the easiest and fastest way to do that is to bring up a memory of a joyful, happy, playful, wonderful time, and then enhance that. Shine brighter. Then I talked about looking at the astrological phenomenon that's happening during this December 2020, opening the portal to the age of Aquarius, which will bring a whole new way of being for all of mankind. And it's not going to happen overnight. It's a process. And we are all a piece of that process. That one by one, choosing to live in love and joy and compassion for each other, we can be a part of changing mankind with galactical support to completely change the way mankind exists on the planet Earth. Isn't that exciting? It's a marvelous and magical and mystical time to be alive. It's a time where we can all choose to live in harmony with the infinite wisdom that dreamed us into being. So next week, our Wisdom Wednesday theme is inviting your new reality. And you can join us live here on the Facebook page of Harmony Enterprises with Carrie Fox at 1 o'clock Central Time every Wednesday. And of course, you can always watch the replay if you can't catch us live. So I do those so that you can be reminded to live in harmony with the infinite wisdom that dreamed you into being. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you are inspired by the content that I deliver. And remember that you are the creator of your fabulous tomorrows. So to end today's session, I've been wanting to end all of these sessions in song. And so today I'm going to try to manipulate these dozens of screens that I'm working with and to share with you a little song called Feeling Good. Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun up in the sky, even you know how I feel. Breezes drifting by, you know how I feel. It's a new life, a new age, a new world for me. And I'm feeling good. Do-do. Do-do. I'm feeling good. La-dee-ba-doo. Oh, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Ba-doo, ba-doo. So, Thank you so much for joining us today. Please bring yourself into alignment with December 2020 being the gateway of changing the way mankind lives on planet Earth. Thanks for being here. See you next week. Bye for now.